again, looking at some of these players, I'm thinking we've seen them in recent seasons where they've been fantastic. No reason why they can't potentially lead to some, at least an upset on some maps here, if not across the whole series.
It's actually the first map on Busan, and we're going to have people running out the gates. Somehow don't think we're going to see Kara stay on that Tracer. I think he's going to switch over to
a Bastion, obviously.
Obviously to the Bastion. We'll ignore him for the time being. Angry Titans running out with a traditional GOATS composition.
Angry Titans actually as well worth mentioning. They got themselves a coach last week as well. Optidox joining the roster. For a few weeks they were without one, and then I think some people already pointed last week and said, oh no, coach, it's all falling apart at the seams. Not quite, guys. Settle down. They've had this coach now. They've had time to work with him as well over the last week. They will have learned a lot from last week's mistakes, and I do expect an improved Angry Titans this week. Angry
Titans with the reports of my demise have been greatly overrated. It's going to be able to roll out here on the point. So traditional GOATs also for We Have Org. Hashtag Team Legday wins again. As they're going to clash off the point over by the big drum inside the temple, and Angry Titans moving on to We Have Org. Chubb's going very low, his health bar looking like an equalizer, but it's Krems taking out the mech of Elivo, hopefully giving We Have Org an advantage here, but Urki finally kills the music that was Chubb's HP bar. Only God follows up onto 12 as well. That's advantage Angry Titans, and the first cap will surely go over to them.
Yeah, you'll see a lot more Moira Goats in a patch or two, guys. Just give it a bit more time. Once those changes come through for Brig, everything is going to change, and we're going to have so much fun speaking about that. I have absolutely no doubt. But Angry Titans already, nice ult charges up there as well. On the other side, you're looking not too bad on the tank line either. Twal's massively behind when it comes to ult charge on the Zarya, mind you. Only 35% at this point. He won't have that online in this fight, which means Angry Titans are likely going to be able to wipe pretty soon.
Nice shield bash combo coming out there. Shield bash into Shatter, of course, for Angry Titans.
It's a hard one to say, right?
Batter. It's always coming out. I mean, the Reinhardt does get battered, right?
He gets battered by the Shatter from the other Reinhardt, yeah.
It's true, but that's a nice, clean combo to take out Chubbs, and it's a one fight for Angry Titans. They're going to retain control.
Salt and shield battery, I suppose you could call it if you wanted to, but that was a very orchestrated, pretty clear-cut combo coming out of Angry Titans. We have Orga popping their ults now. They've got a couple of support ults on as well, so they can go for this.
Graviton Surge already being used. That's only God having that advantageous ult charge. 12's only at 50% for the time being. Not much being gained by it, and they're going to block out that Shatter coming from Chubbs. Kanga will take out Lolsish, so one half of this iconic tank duo being removed for Angry Titans, but they're still keeping up the fight here. 60% and climbing for the Angry Titans, as Only God's going to back off. Sound Barrier committed to the fight. Only God's going to walk back into this one. He's still sitting a plus 90 charge on the damage output. That's huge DPS coming for Only God, and he's managed to get back into the fight. About to have his next Graviton Surge, but We Have Org picking up a self-destruct kill, and D-Mech as well as taking out Urki. This might be the opportunity for Who to flip, as Lolsish gets an answer onto Chubbs, but he will die as well. One fight for We Have Org.
They've got about Luddy on top. They ignored him for another 10 to 15% of the points. Oh, they've basically just made it now, so Angry Titans have got to win one fight, and this round's theirs.
Okay, so you channel Angry Titans emotions during that. I'm channeling We Have Orgs, which is just deadpan. I'm tired of this. No.
Luddy, get down here.
Get down here right now.
Get to your room.
Get down here, young man. We're going to have some words with you. Chubbs has got an Earth Shadow ready to go. It's been delayed and put into a shield. There's the charge. A little bit of a Giganti Bomb coming in. And it's Spoxes being the victim of the explosion, as well as Krem's mech. That's a clean wipe coming out for Angry Titans. 10% left, and Kanga's Transcendence might not even be useful here.
No, he's going to try and speed his way there as best he can. I mean, Kara's the one who's going to
get the frog.
Touch point.
Don't let him touch the point.
Hippity hoppity.
Hippity hoppity. He's on the property. Only God's going to clear him out for it, though. 100% to 29. Round one. Going over to Angry Titans.
Good old Luddy. All reliable. With that free cap on top.
I'm done. Done with these Lucios.
We Have Org did make it a bit easy for them there, but I've got to say, Angry Titans back in the form we expected. Combos are landing. Things are looking clean. Teams coordinating. It's what we're used to seeing, so good to see that they are returning to that. We Have Org, it feels kind of, after they lost that first fight, just got rolled over by the ults in most of those fights. Chubbs at one point did use the Earth Shadow while he was suspended by the Graviton Surge. So although he was stood there like, hammer, yes, hammer, yeah, and he got charged out and died. And it was like, well, a bit of a waste of an ult, but okay, fair play. I saw the intent. You wanted to stop them engaging onto you, but Graviton Surge just a little bit too high up.
Hang on a minute, what's this? Chubbs flexing over to the Winston. They're going for more mobile monkey goats.
It's nice on this point. Yep, on this round in particular, on this section of Busan, there's a lot of vertical movement you can use to be able to retreat back to safety, to go for the engage into the backline by working around the geometry. Problem is, it does lose out into this more direct matchup that you have. Trying to go in the back, though, already managed to find out 12's on the one side while he trades off with AFOX.
So objective achieved for We Have Org. They've taken out the back line, and AFOX has fallen. Lulsish follows shortly after. Spox is finding Urki as well. We Have Org. They win the first fight.
Very, very clean and consistent for them too, and I'm surprised, pleasantly somewhat as well, the fact they brought down AFOX in the backline meant no more Discord Orbs, meant a much weaker fight for Angry Titans.
Still keeping on going with this one. First cap finally being secured by We Have Org as reinforcements for both teams start making their way. He's got 100% on the grab, while Twirls is still stuck on 40, drops the grab down onto the point. This ult charge generation difference coming up between the two Zaryas could just win them the map outright.
I love how the fight started off the point, they went and capped it, and the fight carried on off the point itself. It was ridiculous.
May as well, if you've got control over the map, let's force them to fight on your terms. Keep them away, keep building up the map charge. 25% in climbing for We Have Org. Mostly bodies for Angry Titans on the point. There's the drive-by for Elliot with the gap onto Chubbs to take him out.
Oh, Kanga, what are you doing? He's trying to force the fight longer here, but he's burnt Trans, and they have no way of winning this fight back. So now that that's gone, he's off the point, they're giving it away. He burnt Trans there, a very crucial ultimate for about 4% of the point.
But now they're without support ultimates coming into the next fight, and Angry Titans has 2 of them. They're going to get some serious map percentage out of this one.
That's what I mean. A bit of a mistake on the side there, but these things happen sometimes. We won't dwell on it for too long. Chubbs finally saying, right, okay, Winston, not the most useful in this case. We've got a bit of early success in bringing down AFOX, but that ain't going to happen when he's got this Transcendence online. Let's go and try and mirror match them. A very, very bold attempt.
Support ultimate number 1. That's more than enough to win the fight for Angry Titans. Lulsish drawing first blood on Twirls, and that's enough for We Have Org to back off and go, okay, go next.
They were trying to get hold of Krems as well. Did they get that close? Oh, he was down about 25 HP in the end there as well. If they got him, that would have been a fantastic stall because he had the self-destruct online. So he was then stuck with, do I throw myself off the edge and waste more time when they're already at 40%? Or do I just go back, change back onto D.Va and sacrifice the ultimate? Wouldn't have been pretty.
Nice shot. Oh, well, nice shield bash of 10. Protective barrier from Twirls does stop that from coming through. Will commit that second support ultimate. Transcendence now being layered with Kangas, who got that back very quickly. Nice. Krems will take out Luddy, so he's going to be dropped off the field, and Twirls finding AFOX as well. So a lot of charge on this map gained by Angry Titans, but We Have Org able to fight back and flip it.
Just goes to show how not so much fickle these fights are, but how quickly they can swing back one way or another. Literally all We Have Org had to do was hold the Ryan shield up, wait for the bash to come through, but they had Twirls with that barrier down, as you called out. And once they'd lost that, well, it was a case of throwing that self-destruct over with the combo that came through. Angry Titans burning the Transcendence out a little bit too early meant it was basically a free Graviton Surge into the self-destruct, and there was no response from the other side.
Sometimes with the ultimates, there's motion set in action because you want to make this finite window as efficient as possible. So you start playing on the assumption it's going to land, even if you have no indication it will. And so sometimes fights just don't go the way there. Nice shatter by Chubbs onto the back line. That's going to be a clean fight for We Have Org. Off the back of a madman's ult.
I love how Chubbs was just like, get out of the way. Don't want you here, Reinhardt. Lulsish, get out of my face. I'm going to shatter the rest of your team. Now, literally shoved him to one side and carried on. So a very, very intentful dive or push. They didn't really dive when you're playing goats. More of an intentful push out of We Have Org to cleanse out Angry Titans. Now we're at the point where they're at 80%. One more fight and this map is theirs.
83% and climbing. We Have Org. Got a good defensive position and they've got the advantage. Nice shadow by Lulsish. Want to try and take out the D.Va and will burn through the shield quick enough to take out Krems' mech. It's the self-destruct going to be the thing that helps them push them over the edge. And they're taking the high ground, looking to drop down onto the low. They need to touch and force out the overtime. They're in position to do it. Chubbs, not got any armor. He's not got any shields, and Only God is going to take him to an early grave. Graviton Surge holding together Transcendence. Not enough to save him from Spox's Rocket Flail Whip. We're on board with AFOX on the back line. Twirls is really high energy running at AFOX, and he just burns through the robot. There's nothing he can do about it, and he's looking for more. Urki is now on the menu for Krems to take out. Self-destruct clears the point. Overtime ticks down. Up and over, but not quick enough. We Have Org equalize and force out round number 3.
So close to touching that one, but We Have Org with some good fights there. We always say control map is the one that you can never be 100% sure and doesn't always dictate the remainder of the series. And at 1-on-1, It's a good indication that We Have Org are slowly fighting their way back in and getting themselves warmed up into this series. Now we go into Mecha Base, one that isn't really the kindest map for tank-based comps. We do see them a lot, but because of all the very narrow entryways you actually have, there's 3 of them in towards the point itself, the defending team can respond to it very, very interestingly. And interestingly for this point, that word is defined by that hero you are seeing in both lineups. It's going to be Mei for Only God and Mei for Spoxes. We've already seen Windstrike use this to great effect on this map.
Well, it is December now, Des. We are starting to get a little bit Christmassy, so bringing some
Double
snow
Mei.
globes to the fight.
I'm in.
Very thematic. They're going to
Both
clash
of them
over
running it as well as the best
on
part.
the high ground. Both walls being used. I know which wall was better there, and I think it was Spox's. Urki's still going to take out Twirls, but most of Angry Titans are going to be taken out by this Mei and Kara, that lunatic DJ in that matchup.
I love I basically used the wall there as like a sniper outpost to get on the high ground and start raining icicles down. But you're right, Angry Titans very, very early on that wall actually managed to miss most of the We Have Org team. I think it was intended to stop them backing away. But Angry Titans, We Have Org, and then like, well, we've got one as well. We're just going to put it in front of your tank right now so he is fully exposed as he comes forward.
Winning the first fight is huge in control maps as well. Part and parcel, it gives you quite a lot of ult advantage for We Have Org to potentially work with.
All
they
the
keep the
barriers
fight going.
as well. It's going to make it like...
The barriers have gone down. The barriers and the walls are going to get confusing. Urki taking out Kara. Spox is looking to take out his opposing Lolsish. Chubbs has already gone down. So is Kara. So difficulty for Spoxes to capitalize on this one. It is going to be We Have Org being wiped. They did get 30% on the map already, though.
Indeed, they did. Now, Angry Titans back in control. Got those ults online. We Have Org not too far away from their own. It's going to get very, very chilly here in the Mecha Base, as both Blizzards will no doubt come out at some point.
They're going to be layered on top of each other,
We've
aren't
often...
they?
Maybe. Double Snow Globe?
I don't think we've actually seen a Mei mirror matchup in Contenders yet.
We haven't. No, you're right.
It'll be interesting to see how it works out. Kara
caught in the wrong place, wrong time.
Slammed against a pillar. Going to go down, as is the rest of We Have Org, who are stupid enough to stay. Spoxes, very nice of him to cut off the advances.
That was nice.
And make sure there's no stagger.
Only was trapped on the other side of the wall there, and he was like, oh, well, it's me versus 4 potentially then. No, he actually walls up in front of him, so he's kind of stuck between both walls, but no one can touch him, and he's like, okay, I'll just wait now, I guess.
If only there was someone who could cross that gap and get in there and just knock him off into the pit.
Someone who can melt them walls down.
Wall, buying more time. They're going to try. Elevote sat up there. Hang on a minute. What's he going to do? He's going to put the grab right there on top of him. Drops down over the top, and here comes Mei in between the shield. Throws the Blizzard on top of it, and is going to try and collapse them all together. We Have Org committing ults of their own. They did layer them on top of each other, and there's going to be Transcendences denying a lot of the damage that comes out. And the emergence of We Have Org. They're not going to be deterred by the initiative Angry Titans take, and they get back on the point to flip it in their control.
Hey guys, you thought Goats was hard to watch? Check out this. Double Mei, double walls, double ice
grabs,
blocks, double barriers,
double grabs.
Everything. It's so hard to watch because literally everyone's close together and there's so much going on.
The only thing that was missing was Reinhardt Earth Shatters.
Yeah. And even then, once those Blizzards wore out, we did see one come out from Chubbs, which cleansed Angry Titans off and got them that fight win. But Angry Titans, they had the advantage in that fight. They were the ones who went with the engage and caught everyone inside that grab, and they still lost. But Kanga did use the Transcendence amidst it all.
I like what Angry Titans did there. They used the walls to buy more time. They follow up with a big shatter from Lolsish to win this fight here and now. Going to move on to the point. Kara, smart enough to get out the way, but he's still fighting in a 1v6. Angry Titans going to flip the point. But what I wanted to say quickly there was Angry Titans used the wall to cover the point of view and stop themselves from being caught on this choke corner, emerge out, drop the wall immediately, and take it straight to We Have Org.
Tactical wall placement is what's going to define the difference between these Mei players.
Never thought I'd hear that. Look, they're doing the same trick here.
Yeah.
Look what actually Angry Titans tried to do. They tried to cross the wall and block off the passage and deny them that cooldown and burn more time. 90%. Getting towards it, they're on the point. They're hiding, cowering behind this shield. Another wall to disrupt the fight and the coordination, and Kanga gonna get caught in the chaos. He's gone down, but there's a Transcendence being used by Apox to keep Angry Titans up. Elevote finds Chubbs, takes out another kill. Graviton Surge pulls them together. They're gonna pick off the stragglers. This is gonna be the one fight, and it comes at the just time. Jump on the point, burn down that overtime. Angry Titans, you're going to take map 1.
Nice job by Kanga to dodge the Earth Shadow, but still going to get melted down, unfortunately. Angry Titans taking map 1. I find how interesting Mei makes this matchup. This Goats versus Goats, as soon as you've got 2 Mei walls on the field, it completely changes how these comps want to play. You can't just sit behind the shield anymore. You've got to worry about where those walls are, what it means to sightlines for your supports. Have you still got line of sight onto the enemy Ryan who's got a Discord on him? It changes a lot of things about these comps, and that was really fun to watch.
Yeah, it definitely is the first time we've seen that. It's different because it's the first time we've seen a Mei mirror matchup when it comes into these tank-heavy compositions. And on mecha-based, where it's so choke-based, it's just so many tight corridors that you need to squeeze through. That ice wall is big. It just cuts off avenues of attack.
Like I say, tactical. All about that placement where you put those walls. What are you blocking? What are you denying? What are you gaining by doing it? Sometimes it was sniper towers. Sometimes it was blocking the enemy team in and letting yourself get a free grab. Other times it was just disrupting fights. Really interesting stuff.
Well, we're going to go to a break. When we come back, let's see if we find some more Mei waiting for us. Welcome back to Overwatch Contenders Europe. We just saw a Mei mirror matchup, and I'm sure that's going to make Jaws very happy.
And a lot of people in Contenders, Windstriker there are like, it's spreading. We said it when we saw them play the other day, that GOAT started Europe and Korea. It's going through a lot of tank-based play. North America, very resistant for a long time. Now they're playing a lot of GOATs. How long until Mei spreads over there as well?
Is that the next contagion?
That's the next contagion, and it cannot be contained.
Well, until someone dedicates some time. I think the reason why it is successful is because teams are like, it's just Windstrike playing it, right?
It just gets carried over with the imports. Like, they just package it inside them, like infect them with this Mei virus, and then go, get over to NA now, spread, my children. Before you know it, they're all playing it.
I mean, I'm surprised there's any NA identity left. There's no players playing it. No native NA players left there anymore.
I got someone to talk to you about in the break, so I can't say it on broadcast, but it's funny.
Oh, okay. I've got some juice coming. All right. Well, Angry
It's something
Titans
terrible. It's made me laugh.
Angry Titans versus We Have Org. Angry Titans on the defense first, running a traditional GOATS composition, and that's kind of interesting because we don't usually see that from teams. We often see some variations with Orisa coming in, some Sombra Doomfist, some Winston. Bit of a mixed bag when it comes to Hollywood point A defense. Angry Titans say, no! We just play GOATS.
Give me the standard. Give me the mac and cheese of Contenders. The standard thing that everyone's going to go to. The standard dish served first point at Hollywood. Straight here direct to We Have Org.
Pairing a Season 2 finalist
really
team
weird.
to mac and cheese.
It went really weird to begin. There's a comp, mate. I'm not talking about the team.
Right.
If you're talking about the team, they are the premium mac and cheese that you pay a lot of money for.
A little bit of chorizo in there.
Yeah, a bit of that as well, maybe. 4 cheese mac and cheese, I'd dig that.
Well, here's that premium chorizo, giving it to We Have Org, running straight at them and pushing back to the spawn room and then coming back to the defensive position and not to be deterred.
Just slapping them about a bit. Police pushing them back for now, but they have managed to push forward into the archway. They're rolling out themselves with very much so the same sort of thing, so no dive-based GOATs here, no Winston on side, although they will burst forward. Urki melting jumps down. He was their target in that fight, and he was not long for this world.
Having flashbacks to Colsty, just being bullied right now. Only got taken out 12s again. He's already got that 25% ult charge differential over 12s. It's something I'm going to keep highlighting because it is going to be really important for these two teams.
Ellie's that guy. I need healing. I need healing. I'm on 547 HP. I need healing. Forget the rest of my team. Heal me! Ellie needs healing again, by the way.
Yeah, well, he's a very aggressive boy and he's going to need some healing. Hello, Lolsish. You're going very aggressive yourself. That Discord orb going to shred through you. We talk a lot about arrogance being punished. I think in that instance there, Angry Titans maybe biting off a little bit more than they can chew.
Just a little bit too much. Bit too deep there, trying to force them back in towards their spawn. And yes, it is fun, full holding people. Hollywood, not really the best map to do it on because you can't get back to fight like you could on something like Dorado,
the spawn distance is just obnoxious.
Absolutely. It does mean We Have Org basically get this free push now on here. Not really too much time wasted as well, about 2 minutes or so. Now we get to go into the Wild West. Let's see if we get any sharpshooters joining us for the second point, although as it stands right now, both teams sticking it out on these GOATS-based lineup because they all have ultimates online.
They'd have to be wilding out to switch to anything different. Will block out the self-destruct quite easily. Urki punishing Spoxes for going aggressive, but 12's taking out Luddy, so they have answered in a 2-for-1 trade. Ultimate's still available for We Have Org, but they've identified it's a lost fight, so they're going to reset. So
it looked like a bit of int there from Spox, but basically his intent was to run forward as the self-destruct was going over. Shield bash the Reinhardt, so his shield goes down while everyone else is trying to hide behind it. They get 2 or 3 kills, then get a nice free push on the go.
I like the intent, just off on the execution. Lolsish getting very close, trying to get a pin against the vehicle. Very cheeky of him. AFOX will going to demech onto Krems as they're sitting in a Transcendence to try and stem the bleeding that Angry Titans have opened up. Graviton Surge pulls them together. Earth shattered a counter, knocked multiple members down. Here comes their own counter in the form of a sound barrier, but Only God still finds Spoxes and the health bars across the board being pushed back. Angry Titans want a spawn camp. They've been given another chance to do so.
Shadow on top of a Graviton Surge. This ain't it, Chief. That's not the play you want to make. You want to wait for that Graviton Surge to start ending. Get the stun onto the front line again with the shield bash or something. Then you go for the Shadow. Because otherwise, you're just wasting the damage on it. That can be healed up or absorbed by the other team. You want that CC more than anything from the Shadow to ensure you get a nice free cleanup afterwards.
3 minutes 20 on the clock.
Watch Spox.
Still on the offense. Where's Spox going? Been told to look for him.
They got the Shadow. They want it. They want it. They're going for it.
Going for it, and they only find 2. The shield being pushed forward to protect the rest of the team. Will demech Elivo, but here's a counter grab coming out from Only God, and 12 can't answer. He died with his own. Only God being the one to fix that out for him. Angry Titans get another wipe.
Yep, so Only God, great couple of shields onto himself and one onto the Reinhardt, prevented both of them going down, and they blocked the majority of that Shatter reaching the back end of their team. Like you say, did get the DMEC down onto Elivo, but it didn't really matter because they still managed to survive it and push back with the Graviton Surge, which followed straight away out of Only God.
AFOX sitting on the Transcendence. Urki can pop the rally as well, give everyone a top of armor before the fight. 12s will get to use that Graviton Surge this fight if he so chooses. I think he's waiting for Krems to hit that point himself. 95%, 5% off, shatter through the vehicle. It's caught We Have Org off guard. That's going to be another one fight as 12's already been taken out. Goes down with the grab. It's not an option for We Have Org. Then full retreat, the spawn camp continues.
We Have Org almost made that work, but the problem was that we saw Chubbs move off to the left-hand side. He got shielded by the Zarya, but the rest of his team was exposed where he was previously. The reason he was trying to play corner is that Ryan can sit on corners like this. He can third-person peek with his shield, but dodge a lot of the damage coming in so it doesn't burn through his shield.
Did you see that? back.
Bye-bye, Chubbs.
That was Luddy running around to get the boop and reposition him beyond the explosive. He just went so aggressive with the amp it up, and it caught Chubbs off guard. I'd be caught off guard as well by it, truth be told.
Everyone would.
Massive plays
Lucio
there.
Beeps are the boops are the biggest deceiver in this game. Do you remember the one on Anubis?
Yes.
Booping them all, the Orisa, the Junkrat, all of others, just boop off the edge of the wall on top of a self-destruct, and it was like, oh, triple kill. Beautiful.
Yeah, that was an incredibly aggressive play and very efficient from Luddy to get that off. Graviton Surge is being traded. Lolsish is very isolated. Avox gets there in time, but he can't block the explosive damage of Krem's self-destruct. Only God will take out Twirls again, try and level out the playing field. Without the Reinhardt, there's a lack of protection for Angry Titan's back line, so we have Org are taking the fight to them, playing a little bit more aggressive. Earth Shatter knocking down multiple members, forcing out a sound barrier. Urki will go down, so staggered fight and staggered response for Angry Titans because they've just only got Lolsish back and they're having to wait for Urki to get back into the fray. Graviton Surge hoping to buy him some time. Lolsish, the Flame Strike finds Spox his Chubb's answer with one of his own. Kill feed's looking awfully green though, Dez. Angry Titans retain control and keep this payload exactly where it is.
Lolsish playing a dangerous game there, standing in front of a team of 3 or 4 who were grabbed, swinging away with his hammer on 80 HP. I was like, they're blowing him right now, he's going to die. Ultimately, it was a fire strike coming out of Chubbs that knocked him down. It did interrupt the shatter as well, so it didn't get to pull that one off. Very risky play, though, got rewarded because Angry Titans are still in control and there is 30 seconds remaining. We have all got to push hard if they want to be able to have a chance at completing Hollywood.
Kanga forced into a corner with a Reinhardt swinging at him. Got the armor pack once, he can't get it twice. Only God's going to take out Kara, and Spox has gone down as well. So 17 seconds remaining. Angry Titans have an aggressive position. They got the grab from Only God to keep him off the point. We have Org, have to send Krems. They have to send Kara any angle they can. Here's the diversion. Kara's been taken out. It's all on Krems to get to the position. Graviton Surge pulls him away. You can't touch the point. Angry Titans shut this down just after point A.
Also his big brain as well. Rather than getting charged through and giving Chubbs an opportunity to charge him all the way to the point and go for the contest, he dropped his shield, counter-charged, knocked him down, and immediately Only God was there with his own Graviton Surge to say, right, he's staying put, they are not touching this point, we are going to hold here. This could be a very, very quick offense coming out of Angry Titans as well, who, despite our doubts at the start of the series, have looked extremely good.
Starting to find that rhythm again, starting to get back into it, be that championship contending team.
Indy's team, they're on it. It's good.
Back in form. Boys are back. We have Org.
They're back in town, back in Hollywood.
They're on their defense now, so they're going to be rolling out a little bit quicker. We'll get an idea. Chubb's already on that. Winston tells me they're going for a monkey goats flavored composition. I think they'll stick with that traditional one. So it reinforces the point. Legday was right. Jaws is wrong. They're going for the tanks.
Tanks, tanks, and more tanks.
Thank you very much.
I mean, why mix things up? This is ultimately going to be the comps that you're going to be playing a lot of in playoffs as well, let's not forget. When it comes to playoffs, you have to be pretty serious in what you're playing. You have to be consistent, solid, well-practiced, and you know full well what you're going to face up against. If you're trying risky strats that have got potential high failure rates, things like Doomfist and Sombra, Doomfist gets caught out by a Brigitte stun. Your offense is over.
A McCree stun.
Exactly. Your offense is over and done. It's a lot safer to play Goats, which is why so many teams do go towards these tank-heavy style setups.
Please tell me Only God's going to stay on this Tracer. He has to change.
He's definitely going to change.
He's having such a good Zarya game. He's having such a good Zarya game. Why would he change? There's no pressure to do so.
Playing Tracer in a Brigitte meta.
Enjoy that one-shot, fam.
Forehead. Yeah, it's not so fun. Many have tried. Hasn't always been the prettiest outcome for them. Often ends with them being dead in one combo. Brigitte does have some changes coming through, but that'll be for a future patch, no doubt. Angry Titans straight under the archway. Just positioning now at least something else, looking out for where they can find that openness to engage what their target is. Doing the mind games of trying to get the bash down so you can get the Discord onto the Ryan and then rush him down. As it stands right now, it's not currently on him. He's breaking that line of sight quite a lot to keep himself safe.
Pushing around onto the point. Nice stun up there, but protected barrier is there to deny it. Hang on a minute. Is that Only God trying to take high ground by using a right-click jump? And he's on the cafe. He's taking out Kara, and now he's shooting down Krems. Look at this charge from Only God. Positional genius. 200 IQ plays, and Kanga, he's got nowhere to run. Boxes him in. What a play from Only God.
Didn't even need Lolsish there. Still managed to basically just roll in and slam him all the way through. And they expected it because they left Kara completely out to dry on that Ana. He was sat on the high ground in Cafe all by himself. You had the Zenyatta who immediately ran downstairs and was like, nope, I'm not facing against a laser beam today. But Kara got melted. Their supports disappeared. They had no staying power on the point. Big brain play from Only God.
Beautiful. Liquid Overwatch on display here in this matchup. Only God's close to that grab, 10% away. Krem's taking out A-Fox, so that's going to stunt the progress that Titans were growing for themselves. They still have 5 minutes to play with. This is going to be a valiant defense when we have Orga. They pull it off. The spike in that early pick. Spox is Krems. They're going to be taken out. So is Chubbs. They do not need Only God to make this happen. In a 5v6, they're turning it around. Alt committed there from 12. Pulls them together, but there's too many members of We Have Org been removed. They understood. They lose that fight. They lose the map. That's exactly what's going to happen. Spoxes with the Orbit Discord will be taken out quite quickly. Self-destruct over the top. We'll clear him out. They're on rapid response for We Have Org.
But not rapid enough.
Glad you said it. I didn't have to be the one to do it. Angry Titans going into the half, 2-0.
Good solid performance. What we expected coming out of these guys coming back into this week. A-Fox rejoining the lineup. And as we said last week, bit of a blip on the radar for these guys. Not really the kind of performance we've seen from them in the last 3 seasons. Good to see the form is back.
Absolutely. Quite dominant, shall we say. Yes, they did get forced out to that 3rd round on Busan, but Hollywood, completely different story. Completely one-sided in favor of Angry Titans. We're going to take it over to our desk, and they're going to give you their thoughts on the series so far.